Hi there, welcome to the Wyckoff technical analysis session for Polkadot. So previously we talked about Polkadot seemingly entering its late stage of accumulation, and a price surge it seems being baked. So let's quickly take a look and see what has happened from the last session to now. First, we start with the weekly chart as usual, and currently we are seeing this candle right here, this weekly candle of the current week with only 2 hours and 20, with 2 days and 20 hours left. Talk a bit too quickly, and so the breakout has already happened. So last week or even a week before, I shared this downward trend line over here and this upward trend line, basically pending, and I mentioned in many other analysis videos, the breakout won't wait till the very tip a lot of times, and it will just break out earlier than that. So it happened already, and the price just gone up above all these closes over the past 5 weeks, and basically reaching the point where late July has kind of started declining, and we're trying to reclaim, or Polkadot is trying to reclaim its position towards the 4.3 key level. So during mid-July, it successfully climbed about that key level for a while, and now it's going to retest it again, and this time maybe it will gain better momentum given we're getting to the very late stage. I would guess that's the late stage of the accumulation, because we never know exactly. And this horizontal platform like nature is a common scenario before the price goes up quite a bit. That's like heading towards a buying climax. That means you see some of these platform stages. Well, there's a little dip here, but a lot of times when there is a platform stage like this, a horizontal trading range, it's going to bounce the price up a little bit crazier. So let's put it this way: it's like a rocket launch pad. So is there a Bollinger Band corner squeeze right now? Yes, it has. It started basically since June. I shared many times in many sessions, because it has been so many weeks already, and this build up of squeeze force for 12 weeks, hopefully it's going to push the price all the way up to the blue levels. That's why we have all these tags remain here. I won't change them, because it seems like it's heading towards that direction as of this moment. So it's just a matter of time. May it be like 6 weeks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just 5 weeks. It reached the buying climax back in November to December last year. So that was a quick one. The longer one was this one over here, back in late 2023, around November or late October, end of October. It took, let's quickly check. It took basically around 17 weeks before reaching the buying climax. So let's see whether this time it's going to do a quick path in 5 weeks, or take like a longer path in 17 weeks. And well, when I look at this, I've got a different thought. This looks like a PSY, and this is a buying climax. That was actually enough for us. Sometimes I just did it too quickly. When I look back at it again, yeah, that adjustment has to be there, not like letting it staying that way, even though I notice it's probably not accurate. So let's go to the daily. Let's use the auto. Yeah, that's much quicker. Okay, last time we asked a question like, there's a pennant and there's like a support line over here, is it going to head towards the upthrust? While that's still a possibility with a buying climax right over there, and then a second test next to it, currently is getting very close to the buying climax level. So if it doesn't come back down, that's probably the case where it challenged the red line and then turns out to be an upthrust for the daily chart. Though, if it comes down, it's still within this upward support line. So it's not too bad of a scenario, even if it doesn't immediately head towards the upthrust. So what would happen is it doesn't immediately go up, it traded sideways, it came down, like it comes down, trades sideways, and in the daily chart that would be something like this. So it's coming back down from, I don't know, this currently is still technically a second test, not an upthrust. But then that's one scenario it can happen. Or when I look at this, it's really tricky because it looks like there are multiple signs of weaknesses. Or is it actually a selling climax and then that's the accumulation? It's very tempting to think that way, and I would keep it like this for now. Just treat this as an upthrust because it just hasn't happened yet, and when the pump or the price surge happens, that will become a very tricky scenario, assuming the price stays above this yellow dashed line, because in the daily it would mean an upthrust, and more than that, it will continue to go up, and eventually we've got upthrust after distributions. But then if weekly is really continuing its trend to go all the way to the buying climax, there's just that many upthrusts after distribution we can add to the daily chart, right? So if it keeps pumping up, especially in this low manner, it's going to make a lot of waves, and in the daily that means it's going to go past this upthrust and then eventually swing a bit, and that will be very difficult to tag what exactly are these Wyckoff stages. But let's not worry for now. Let's focus on the current potential price surge, and squeeze has happened and then the force is now being released. So supposedly it's going towards the upside, but it's like it's taking its time. So if that continues, one thing you notice here, there's a triangle actually. That's the beginning of November. We can see this in the daily chart as well. So if it continues to trade sideways, somewhere around early November, assuming the price continues to trade below the red key level, but above the yellow trend line, then eventually near the end of October or early November, again, a directional price action will happen. Either it shoots up and then eventually challenge the $5.2 key level, or it comes down, do some accumulation, and then do its rocket climbing thing upwards towards the new buying climax. So obviously, if you're a supporter of Polkadot, you would wish for the price to challenge, go straight to challenge 4.3 and do a quick 5 weeks upward momentum to hit the buying climax. So 5 weeks meaning somewhere in mid-October. I'm not sure whether that would happen that quickly this time, but that's a possibility. So I would say it's kind of positive for Polkadot for now, because if it really going to head to the downside, there's not much room for it to go that way. It seems like it's really heading towards this edge of the let me remove this line since we have already covered it. It is heading towards another tip of an ascending triangle. So even candlestick pattern analysis textbook definition would say is probably going towards the upside when it approaches to the corner further. So yeah, I know it sounds like it's repeating, but it's a trend, so it should continue that way. Otherwise, if what I said is going to be different from the previous sessions, that means a trend is over and a new trend has formed. So thanks for joining me. Finger crossed for the Polkadot supporters. It seems like it's not far for Polkadot to challenge the 5.2 key level. So I know it tested a lot of people's patience, but it seems like it's finally getting there. So good